Welcome to this Hot Tip Update, a special presentation of Sam's camping videos. I have several updates to some of my hot tips that I've prepared and produced and broadcast on Sam's camping videos. I waited until I had 3 or 4 of them so I can do them all at one time on this video. First up is an update to my previous hot tip regarding generating hot water for your dishes without wasting it going down to your gray tanks. I demonstrated a technique which I used, which was to go outside to my outside shower with a little dishwashing tub and spraying from the outside shower hot water onto the ground until it got hot, and then spraying that hot water into the dishwashing tub. Mr. Ed, a YouTube user, left a comment for me on that hot tip, and he made a great suggestion, and that was, instead of wasting your hot water and spraying it on the ground, why not conserve that and spray it down your fresh water tank until it got hot. Once it got hot, then put it into your dishwashing tub. That was a great suggestion, and I don't know why I never thought of it, but that saves wasting water by spraying it on the ground. Unfortunately, the distance between my outside shower and my freshwater intake is too long, so I can't actually demonstrate that to you today. But rest assured, that's a surefire method. I don't need to look at a video to know how to do that. Another update I want to share with you is, and it's really a clarification of a previous series of hot tips about how to conserve power while you're boondocking in your travel trailer. I didn't mention the primary assumption of those conservation tips, and they're really for my particular situation, but they are probably true with others, and that is the assumptions I was using was I didn't have a generator and I didn't have any way to use a solar panel to top off my batteries. So I just didn't mention those assumptions when I should have, so I apologize for that. Another assumption was the use of 12-volt batteries. At the time, I wasn't really aware or really knowledgeable about using 6-volt batteries wired in serial to provide extra amp hours. And that's because 6-volt batteries are actually larger in capacity than 12-volt batteries are. And this may be something that I may consider on my next travel trailer, and that's using 2 6-volt batteries wired in serial so that they produce 12 volts for my next travel trailer. My next update is the use of a portable DVD or Blu-ray player. I demonstrated how to use such a device with an external drive, and I'm showing it on the screen right now. Small silver drive, 320 gigabytes, and I could put all my content on there without using the physical drive, which would be necessary for a DVD or Blu-ray disc. Since then, I've moved away from using that type of a device, and I've gone all in with just using a tablet for watching my video content. There's 2 ways that you can actually do this. Now here's my tablet, which I now use for watching all of my video content with. And to the right is the Bluetooth speaker that I've demonstrated on another hot tip video. So the speaker is now connected to the tablet, so the audio is great coming out of that speaker. It has a great big sound. It's very, very good actually. Now there's 2 ways to watch video content on a Android tablet. I won't get into iPads because I don't own one, so I don't know how they differ from an Android tablet. The two ways are, if you have streaming services, I have Netflix on this tablet, and before I left for my trip back home about a week ago, I downloaded some content to watch offline on my tablet. So they're there. If I can zoom in on them. I also have another service which can download content to be watched offline, and that's Amazon Prime. Another way, and it's like a cousin to my previous method of using that silver external hard drive, and that is to put your content on a small USB device. Now, here's one I'm showing to you. You see it's very little. It's a true thumb drive, and it's a SanDisk. It can be any brand actually. This is between 32 and 64 gigabytes. I don't remember which. But I use this to sometimes watch content. I've got movies and TV episodes on this little guy right here. But as you can see, it's a standard USB drive, which you just can't plug into your tablet or phone. So how do we watch this content? Let me show you that right now. Now there's the thumb drive I showed you on the left, but we need this kind of a cable. It's called an OTG adapter cable. On one end it has a mini USB plug for plugging into a tablet or cell phone, and on the other end there's a female end for a standard USB plug to go into. I'll plug in that USB thumb drive into this end right here. I've mated the USB thumb drive into one end of this OTG adapter cable. Now I'm going to plug in this mini USB plug into the tablet. I've plugged in the OTG adapter cable into my tablet, and if you look in the upper left corner of my tablet screen, you see that USB connection icon there. That means we're all set and ready to watch content off that little USB drive by using the OTG adapter cable. I use VLC for watching video content on my tablet, and that's this guy right here. My thumb's over it now. Now it's open. And it also comes on PC desktops as well and laptops. It can convert practically any video format into a watchable format on computers, PCs, and tablets. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to watch some content off of this device. I have a name for my little thumb drive, and it's USB for lot stuff. Let me select it. And I have TV shows, a folder for it. Push on that. And I got a folder for Star Wars Rebels. Well, watch that.
System. There's no sign of the M.
And as you can see, it played perfectly on my tablet from this USB thumb drive attached to the OTG adapter cable going into my tablet. This would work just as well with a cell phone too. So now I have a much smaller, lighter, and a smaller footprint as well, method for watching digital content while I'm boondocking, and I'm not using any of the power from the travel trailer to do it. The final update in today's hot tip is a new device that I purchased several months ago, and I've only used it once on a camping trip, and it's for powering up laptops and tablets with, and it can do maybe 2 or 3 things other than that all at the same time. So first, let's enjoy the previous clip of what I was using. You can see it's a larger device. I used it for powering up laptops and tablets, and that was because the smaller power brick silver device that I had, which I still use, is really only good enough for doing cell phones and the occasional powering up of that Bluetooth speaker that we just viewed a few minutes ago on this hot tip. But I really wanted something smaller with a smaller footprint and lighter and more portable, and something I can just put up on a shelf when I wasn't using it, instead of it sticking on the end of my dining room table in my travel trailer. Well, I found it. It's called a Bowden's Power Station. Let me show you that right now. This is the Bowden's Power Station, and you can tell just how much smaller it is. And it has a greater milliamp hour capacity than that larger, bigger thing I used to have. Let me put my hand in front of it. Look at that. I'm right up against this thing, my hand is. Cover it up. See? Look at some of its features. Has a nice carrying strap. See? I can just pick it up. There you go. But all the meat of it is in the front here. It has an on switch. It tells me it's at full power. And it also tells me it's 12 volt ready and it's USB port ready. It's at full power because I'm not using it on this trip, because I am, and this is a disclaimer, I am at my annual electrical hookup campground. It has a light. It flashes. Though I've never used a light on any of my previous devices like this. It also has 3 USB outputs here. Top one is the 3.0, and they're always like blue in color. And it has 2 additional 2.4 amp USB outputs. So we can charge up 3 USB devices with this at the same time. The best part about it though is it has a household AC output here. And I use that for charging up my laptop, or even like powering directly from the laptop while I'm using it. My recommendation is use your laptop independent of this power supply, and then charge it up when you're done using this AC output. And it has 2 additional 12 volt outputs also on here. And you're asking, well, where are they? Where's the big round hole at? Well, this one doesn't have a big round hole on it. So let me show you how that's done with a 12 volt. Okay, it comes with an adapter, and this end of it can plug into either one of those 2 12 volt outputs. There we go. Now it's plugged in, and you just plug in your normal male end of a 12 volt line into this. And there's 2 of these outputs on here. So to summarize, this Bowden Power Station here, it can power up 3 USB devices and 2 12 volt devices, though I'm not really sure if you should try doing them all at once like that. I've only done just one side, and I've never used the 12 volt ones yet. Now, the question is, how do you power this thing up? At home, I power it up with a household plug, and I didn't bring the adapter cord for that, but that plugs into this red circled input plug right there. And I just plug it into the normal house power and it powers up. You can also use a 12 volt system by using the same adapter that I showed earlier and plugging into the inputs, and then plug your 12 volt source into this, and away you go. Now that other source, would have to have it would be like two-ended male to male, say to plug into your car a cigarette lighter or something if you want to power it up on the way home. And it has one more way to power it up, and that is if you have a solar panel. It also comes with these adapter cords right here. This goes into the input. Then these will go into your solar panel. I don't have a solar panel, so I don't know how these plugs work. This Bowden's power station has like simplified my power supply issues when I go boondocking. It is so lightweight. Look at this. I can lift this thing. This finger is hurting me right now. I can lift it up with this hurt finger. It's arthritic and it's hurting me badly right now, but I can still lift it up with that one finger. And it has more milliamp hours than that big, humongous device that I was using earlier. I would recommend this Bowden's power supply to anybody, and I'll put a link in the description below the video for where you can find it. This concludes my updates to my previous hot tips, and I hope you've learned something from them. I know that I did. And thank you for watching Sam's Camping Videos. Be safe, have fun, goodbye.